Um, Hello and welcome back to the channel. This BJC. This is the first in the series of breaking you into a city, and that city is Liverpool. Again, this will be a focus on tourist slash pavement slash audit slash oh my god, what is she doing? I mean, come on, is that some kind of, oh, it's a stretch, that's fair enough. So we're gonna go down here. Let's wait for it to go. Yeah, so cameras and people. This is as much as a social study as it is anything else. It's a bit of fun for me, a bit of downtime. So don't have any high hopes that this is going to match the mighty auditors or anything like that. What this is about me hitting the road, getting the camera out, filming some stuff and going home. That's what it's all about. I'm not interested in other stuff, right? So Sefton Park, was, I think, originally called Toxteth Royal Deer Park, and just before 1600 it got nuked or deparked. All right, so I'm going to try and find any information about deparking, and also what was going on in England. Sorry for the focus, lads. England in 1600. All right, so we have a female between two males there. So the female is called I forgot, but the male ducks are called, again, I've forgotten that. I need to take my pills. This is absolutely ridiculous. What is happening to my memory? Can anyone help me out? What is a male duck called? Sorry, ducks, scared you away. What is a female duck called? Obviously I recognise the swans there. Swans are huge birds. Quite unusually big, actually, because we usually think of birds being quite small. I certainly do. When you think of birds, you think of things tweeting in the trees. But this, I would argue, and I would face this, any member of the public who wishes to debate with me, on this matter. I believe ducks are a monstrosity. Not an ugly monstrosity, but just a monstrosity. I mean, look at that bunch of mass of bird flesh and feather. Let's leaving beauty or ugliness aside, or any sort of phobias of necks and snapping and hissing aside. I mean, look, it is absolutely ridiculously big, and it's the very fact that we are used to seeing birds of this size. The crap is it doing? I mean, what is that kind of behaviour? Is it like his shower or something? I mean, just because we're familiar with them and the concept of swans, we don't really bat an eyelid. But, I mean, I would argue that they are the megafauna of our century, of our, I suppose you could say century or millennia, probably more century. So, as you know, humans killed off a lot of megafauna around the world when they were exploring different continents. For example, they nuked humans. Homo sapiens nuked a lot of megafauna in Australia. So it's really, really unfortunate. There were huge things that they nuked. By the way, I'm testing out a new mic today. I believe I am anyway. So if there's no audio to this, then nobody will ever know that this ever happened and I said things I did. This kind of behaviour, could have been carried down over millions of years. This sort of the turning around and strutting of this, I'm guessing a male pigeon. I used to find this quite disturbing as a child, I thought pigeons were quite cute, but this is I mean, it's a bit like a boy racer, just putting the foot down and then, I wouldn't say in a Civic. I'd say it's more. Ford Focus, yeah, defo Ford Focus. I wouldn't go far as Ford Focus ST, but yeah. Anyway, lads, here we have another type of bird. I'm not sure what these birds are called, and if you look at the bird's head, the bird's skull, you can clearly. Let me just try and get a zoom-in shot of this. You can clearly compare. You can clearly match this bird up with any sort of long-necked dinosaur. Well, I say any long-necked dinosaur, not that. But generally the herbivores would have this kind of form of skull, and you clearly see it there. I don't know if you lads can see it. Just try and get another shot here. Try and do a still for you as well. So, look, again, I speak as I'm sure you know, as a complete amateur. So there's nothing like, I would say, the new Milo. Milo is one of my, I'll put him in the description, is a guy that knows about the history of Homo sapiens and the other Homo species. So, yeah. So, the chance of rain is 90% here in this location at the moment. However, it has stopped spotting, or spitting, and therefore I think I'm duty bound to get this lad out here. This lad from previous videos. This is Jimmy, obviously. So it's a lovely little place here. It was closed the last time I came here. It's a Bill Jones milkshake from 450. Looks very nice indeed. Latte 250. Yeah. I actually went down the road when this was still closed, but it looks lovely, to be honest. Nice and small. You don't want something too big. Now this, just stop oil. Now, just a quick comment on this kind of graffiti. Again, I'm not an expert on this kind of thing, but obviously it's directed at politicians. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. So how many politicians hang around here? Influential politicians that can steer the course of UK politics. Do they pass by this area? Is it some kind of stop that they frequent? I would argue perhaps not. Even the toilets are shut, so there's not reason at the moment. There's no reason for anyone to kind of wander around here at all. I would argue of significant notes, like Thatcher said. What did she say? The ruling class. There's no reason for the ruling class to wander down here, and no reason at all. So, but what if you wanted to raise a political issue up? For example, what if you objected to auditors filming in public? Because they do have different rules in other countries, even in Europe. You don't have to go far to see different rules on public photography and then posting online, okay? So if you don't like that kind of behaviour, if you object to some of the auditors going out, capturing your video, your face, essentially, and posting it on social media, you can do I'd argue two of the following things. You can go and meet your local councillor. I don't know if they do it online now these days, but you can go and see your local councillor, or you can start a petition. And I'm going to put links to petition starting in the description. So, and that, you know, this has actually changed legal legislation. It's actually caused legislation to happen in a few cases. So now these animals here, not quite sure what they are. Does anyone know what they are? Can anyone educate me? Oh, I believe these black ones are called moorhens, so I might be wrong. And now we can actually do a close-up on this one. Boom, boom. It's tucking its neck in a little bit to its feather. Bulk of feathers there, but you can clearly see this kind of... I'm going to try and put the dinosaur that I'm talking about online so you can compare it to exactly what I'm talking about. Look at this. So here we have some... Oh, there's a dog there. That's nice. So canines. Hello, Googie. Hello, Googie. So you can see we've got some ducks walking up there. Are they ducks? Sorry, they're geese. Sorry, they're geese. So that's the word I was trying to find. Geese. Yeah. Anyway, lads, we're not going to walk around the whole park. We've had a few looks because I look like I'm tooled up with this, with bits and bobs and wires hanging up around my head and stuff like that. Sure, a few of you would want them around my neck, but that's not going to happen, lads. Well, actually, it happens every night. That's another story. Now, I want to get Jimmy up. I'm sure Jimmy wants to get up himself, so I'm just going to look for a suitable point to launch the aircraft up into the sky. So I really don't want to upset these dinosaurs here, so I'm going to find a nice spot. Also, I don't want my Jimmy to end up in the water either. So look at this. Geese. Yeah, I'm not going to stop you. And you see the webbed feet there, evolved for propulsion in the water. And maybe they're getting some nutrition there from the grass as well. So, as you saw, the cat did on... Well, actually, you didn't see it on video, but I saw it with my own eyes. Look, that's looking to cross. I'm not going to wait for you, lads. I'm just going to go across and cross your path. Sorry about that. They look quite big, and I can see why some people might want to chop them up and eat them. I don't think I'm one of those people, though. I don't think I'm one of those people. Not that, you know, chopping up, or eating goose. Do we have any goose eaters out here? Danger thin ice. I think this refers to a few weeks ago when it was actually kind of cold. Got a little badge here you might like to see, might be interested in. Street Care Services Limited. Love our city. Okay, so they've been contracted to keep the members of the public, such as myself, safe when out and about in public places. Great, we've got a disable sign here and Rathbone underneath it. These lovely litter bins. I do like this design. It's not, unfortunately, not a Glaston UK bin, so it's probably out of metal. A few dogs there going on. So without further ado, let me extend Jimmy while I speak. Okay, so you can actually see what's going on here as well. Jimmy was quite busy yesterday. He was flying in Wales, I think. Yeah, in Wales, and yeah, he really enjoyed it actually. So maybe that's something you want to watch as well. So just getting a bit of height here. So obviously, when I used to be a student many years ago, I used to, obviously not work. What we call studying, working as such, because a lot of time you just spend your time drinking and doing absolutely nothing, like most students. And so I was doing some of that, and you see all these people, and you wonder, not these people technically, you wonder, oh god, okay, playing, I hope? Yeah, this is play. How can you tell it's play? Again, you just got this kind of, the geese have been frightened back into the water. How can you tell it's play? You can tell it's play because just the lack of ferocity, I suppose. What do you have here? And I can actually hear the water under here. So isn't that interesting? So this was, as I said, as part of a about a 10,000 metre square deer park, royal deer park back in the day, just before the 1600s. Royal Deer Park of Toxteth. So basically, my intention then is to just think, what was it like? What was this place like in 1600? I mean, were there the lakes there? And what was it like, Oh, she's gone, that's brilliant. Sit down there. I might even take off from this area here. Yeah, it's a perfect area to take off. Okay, lads. So, Jimmy boy is going to see some action. So, leave Jimmy on the floor here, unencumbered from any major structures and people, even though it's 249 drone. We still want to exercise due care, etc. So, yeah. So while I get this started, I want to tell you about the other videos that I do. You already know the one that I talked about the other day about Liverpool main police station. I also plan to do a brewery, an old brewery building, I should say. I plan to do a audit mockumentary. You notice how I'm getting the word audit in there in everything I say. There's a reason for that. An audit mockumentary about where the freak have the goths gone, like where have they gone, in particular where have they gone in Liverpool. So hopefully, if I don't get an interview with an ex-goth or goth, then I will cry. No, I will actually do the documentary without the that sort of interview, which, hey, it's fine by me because I just like being off the cuff and I like just doing things and yeah, basically going for it. So what have we got here? So we're looking for my app for my drone, and we have GPS 15 satellites. It is windy-ish. There's no flight restrictions in the area for this class of drone. So enter main interface. USB cable is not connected, so we're just going to go ahead and connect that. After I moved out of Liverpool, I want to do a little series or a little couple of vids on the milling industry in the UK. So So yeah, I want to do that as well. Shut down. So it's looking for calibration. So we will give it what it wants. It wants to be calibrated. Okay, we all know what calibration is. So basically calibration is telling the drone which way it is pointed. Okay, so it helps with stability of the drone in the air, because we don't want anything like the drone like basically going somewhere and not ever coming back. So we will have probably a short flight. We have 16 satellites. That's fine. No obstacle avoidance. Yeah, we don't like obstacle avoidance. So let's see what is going on here. So what we are doing now, we've tilted the gimbal down a little bit and we are just going for a flight. This is practically above the lake at the moment, as you can see. So we're just going around the lake at the moment. We're going across. We are in normal speed. In normal speed, we don't have to worry about the sink in terms of any kind of worries. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It is a little bit spitting. So I think, to be on the safe side, I will bring the drone back to the home point. The other thing, I wins. So that is another reason to kind of bring the drone back a little. So we will, it's not spitting at the moment, so I will now raise the drone up a little bit to get a vista of where we are. We're only at 40 meters, 50 meters. Still on normal speed. Just a little bit up is the drone. Okay, you can see now a little bit of where we are, what sort of things we have in the neighborhood. Hopefully we can see more of Sefton Park here. We are now high enough, so we're gonna descend. Yeah. So we do, you can see the river there. The river is the Mersey, so that is always nice to see. So we zoom in on that, see what we can see from here. Okay, it is now reached the time when I think, no, it is in terms of thingy, it is a little bit too much rain, so I bring her down in a way that is fun for me and fun for anyone that is watching. Oh yeah, which is probably no one. Oh yeah. Okay, and I think, lads and ladettes, I think we will end this video now. And we have not disturbed the birds or the dinosaurs. I don't know what to call them. And that, my mates, is about it. So for me, JC, and this very short audit / testimony mic / avoiding the dinosaurs in Sefton Park, I bid you farewell and see you on the next video. Bye from me and Jimmy.